So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
A couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit. A pretty decent gain.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. But it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Call it a gain of 3. Formation here defensively. They'll look to throw here. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively in the first half.
Here we go now.
They begin the drive with Hines. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32.
First down, that fits the bill.
They'll look to throw. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't.
Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
They'll set up a throw, and the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively.
Now, they could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And that'll hit at the 5 and get set to take over. Well, Charles, the Indianapolis Colts, you remember this year they started 1-5. That was back on October 14th. That was their record. And then you look up after Week 15, that 23-0 win over Dallas that you called. And they really have turned this season around. How have they done it?
What they've done is they've stayed the course. Andrew Luck's right arm got healthier and healthier. And that team really came together. They've now won 7 out of their last 8 after Week 15. And if they get
happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it inside down.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say, the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side, gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field? As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Now.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at him.
And he's going to let it go deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to flip one out here. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it second down. He'll look to throw. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one.
As they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home. Nowhere to go. Here, he lost the football. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard gets ready to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the convert.
A lot of time to change things. So at halftime, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts, they'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting. Are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better. Result on each and every attempt.
On third down. That's Hines, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards
On defense, oftentimes, leverage is the key to everything. Deep.
And this is blocked. The Pats bring heat, and they get home.
We got it. Good job.
So much for 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can.
And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Now back to throw. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip a
window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 40.
This big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down.
And get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. And the Colts getting ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Now, from all the work he's getting.
Now a carry from Mack. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
You're popping one?
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They're going to look to throw. And he connects with Ebron. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 40.
You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get it.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now Mack. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory.
I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
He'll look to throw. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively. And he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3.
That's the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end. Situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he slips up past the 45.
Running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag. You haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better. He's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receiver.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket. Deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stuck at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag.
And not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they got a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the...
I've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate, just a defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks.
Grass, that allowed them to disrupt the play.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the back.
There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early down. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively.
It's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on third down.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Call that a 45-yard punt. Just works their way back onto the field. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Better to record another sack. Their sixth of the afternoon. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one.
Alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safe. With that, we say so long from Indy.